What's up, good people? Keith down here in Florida. So I finished up work kind of early today, and I had to head over here to the shop to paint some trim because I didn't have any paint with me. So I'm gonna knock that out real quick, and then I think I'm gonna get to splitting some of this pine. The pine has been selling like gangbusters. This tote is empty. That one I'm starting to break into, and this pile right here is starting to disappear slowly. So gonna get some more bundled, probably finish up bundling this tote here, and then I guess what we'll do is fill that tote and fill that tote with some of these rounds. So I tried turning on my GoPro, it's totally dead. So today I'm using my my real camera, I guess you would call it. I don't know, we'll see how it turns out. But anyway, I gotta paint this stuff first. Yeah, so it's been pretty darn cold down here. We actually had snow flurries just a little east of us. Got down to, with the wind chill, like 22, 21, 22 degrees. That ain't normal for here. Lots of iguanas on the ground. So, needless to say, firewood's been selling like crazy. I don't like feeling it tugging on my shirt. I mean, I like big bundles, but they don't need to be too oversized. It's a good thing this pine dries so quick. If it didn't, I wouldn't have had anything to sell during this little cold snap. I've been selling off some of this oak right here. I don't know if you can see it, but the barbecue guy's been pretty busy. Plus I had a buddy, a friend of mine, is going up North Florida, and he wanted to buy some firewood to take up there. And I even told him, man, I was like, dude, you could probably find it on every corner up there. But he wanted to buy mine, so I said, sure. Made him up 6 bundles, and he picked those up today. Oh. Oh, man. Oh. I'm all right. Oh. This was that pine over in this basket that was a little buggier. The bugs are definitely dead and gone, but you can probably see their little travel routes. Burns fine though. Fine. Actually, that's put a little guy up there. Yeah, it's been cold. Record cold for us. We haven't been this cold since 2010. We had a freeze, pretty good freeze down here. which killed off a lot of the snook game fish that we have out in saltwater. And they actually closed the harvest on them for like 4 years because of it, because a lot of them died. All right, sorry about that. My camera card got full. No more memory. Yeah, I don't know what all didn't get recorded there, but I was saying earlier, it's been cold down here. Averaging about 38 to 40 at night. It's pretty cold for us. You know, when I first started selling this punkier, it's not really punky, it's just there's buggies, so there's little travel routes inside the wood. You can see, you know, gonna put it up for a little cheaper price, but when I first put it up, I had a regular price for pine, and I mean, people didn't mind. They never questioned it. So I figured, so let it go. Let it go for the same price. I mean, there's no bugs in it. They're not alive. They did. They gone. And it burns fine. I took some of this to the house the other night and burned some up. I don't know if you can see it, but I got more pine behind here. That's I don't know if I got a video of me splitting and tossing this. I might have, but this is better looking stuff anyway. It's not quite ready. Like a glove. This little bundler's been working pretty good. Would like to get all this pine in this tote bundled up so I can throw some fresh stuff into it. I probably have 4 or 5 more bundles. Yeah. Bundle them up, put them over there. Let me give you guys a different angle. Yeah, this being my better camera, it's a Lumix G5. It's actually got a manual lens on it, manual focus, all that good stuff. It's definitely not a point and click, or point and whatever they call that. Point, click, and go. When you dial into it and you use all the functions and features, the picture quality's pretty darn good. But I do like the GoPro because it's just, you know, basically hit the button and you're off to filming. But she's charging up right now. There we go. Hercules, Hercules. Yeah, this stuff ain't the prettiest wood, but it burns. It makes a flame. You know, I've talked about it before, but firewood down here, it's not cheap. There's you know, people getting $250 for a face cord of oak. You know, I'm sure a lot of you are like, what the heck? But that's the going rate. Pine is $200 for a face cord. I mean, that's insane. You know, I had a guy a couple weeks ago, he came and bought 9 bundles of pine, a couple of acacia, some Florida elm that I had, the last of it that I had. And he asked me if I do quantity, you know, sell face cords, and first thing I said is, he's from Ohio, and the first thing I said is, so you know what a face cord is? He goes, oh yeah, 4x4, or 4x16 by 8, you know, 3 of them make a cord. Said, okay, because most people, if they're from up north, they know what a third of a cord is. If it's a true Floridian, a cord is anything. It could be a pickup truck load, whatever. And I told him, you know, I don't. He said, well, what would you do on a face cord of pine? And I got a little rack right there, and I showed him, you know, what a face cord would be if he picked it up. He asked me if he picked it up and just, you know, whenever it was ready. I was like, well, let me think about it, because I'm not gonna charge him bundle price, because if that's 30 bundles or 42, you know, so say average of 40, whatever, 40 times 10, that's $400 for a face cord of pine. You know, I'm not going to charge him that. So I even texted him back. I was like, look, because he asked me later in the day, hey, have you thought of a price? And I was like, look, the reason why I only do bundles is because the time it takes to do it, you know, there's just not money in it to do it at a bundle price, or I mean, for a quantity price, for me anyway. I told him, look, I could do a face cord probably for like $220, you know, for pine. Yeah, it's expensive. And actually, I did change it to $200. He said, wow, that seems kind of high. He said, but I understand, because he has been shopping, you know, for wood before he found me, and he knows that's kind of the average price down here. But he knows that my wood is good. Pine, you know, is one thing. He was going to buy it, like I was going to fresh split it on there. He was going to take it and let it dry for 3 weeks at his house, which is great. So is it worth it to me to do it for $200? Yeah. You know, I mean, I can get that done, and, you know, with my super slow splitter, I could have it done, what, maybe an hour and a half, you know, split to where I like it, you know, small, not just, you know, these rounds cut quarters, but get like 12, 15 pieces out of a round. Yeah, I mean, it's worth it. It wasn't worth it to him, which is fine. I understand. You know, he said when he was here, he was saying how he gets a cord of wood for like, you know, 300 or something, 320, whatever. And, you know, watching everybody up north, and that's kind of the going rate, I guess. You know, in bundles, I mean, oak, I averaged about $1,800 for a cord, selling at $15 a piece with a discount of 3 for $40, so you average, you know, $13.30 or whatever it is a bundle. I mean, I'd rather sit on it longer, which is oak I don't sit on. I mean, once it's for sale, it goes. Everybody wants it, but I really try to push the pine for people just burning in their backyard, because it's perfect. But that being said, you know, even the pine, $10 a bundle, 40. I mean, that's $400 for a face cord. That's $1,200 for a full cord of pine. Pretty insane, isn't it? Oh, what are you catching on? Oh, damn it. Catching on that crossbar. This little crossbar that I put in there, sometimes a little piece will get protrude a little bit. There you go. Let me see if I can focus this. That's the thing about this camera. I got it all set up to manual. That I need to see if that GoPro is charged up. But anyway, we got 24 bundles of pine ready to go. Time to start splitting this pine here and filling up some baskets.